It's November and people change their clocks. Anybody come to the 8 o'clock Mass today? Good, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You know, actually, of course, this is kind of like, changing the clock's kind of like the gateway to winter. Shh, don't tell anybody that. So with that in mind, want a quick trip to the Greek islands? Let's go with Paul this morning to see the good people of Thessalonica, okay? And the beautiful reading proclaimed today. Thank you for proclaiming our readings today. There's something very special and very, very nurturing. So many people think of Paul as being a very, very stern and very, very straight from the shoulder kind of writer, and he so often is. But hey, take this in today. Brothers and sisters, we were gentle among you, as a nursing mother cares for her children. With such affection, we were determined to share with you not only the gospel of God, but share our very selves as well. So, dearly beloved, had you become to us. Yeah, it's Paul, all right. Doesn't always sound like him. And that passage in the beginning of our second reading gets me remembering some connections and friendships I've had. I think about my high school friends, college friends. You know, their lives went one direction. I worked for about 10 years and became a priest. I would run into them. I'd see them at supermarkets or at the mall, have dinner with them every now and then. And I'd see them and I'd see their children. And I hear stories about, say, well, what it was like taking, especially young children, little infants to Mass. Now, maybe some of you had that experience along the way, where maybe you're up early, and maybe you woke the baby up early. The Mass time is outside the sleep cycle time, that, outside the feeding cycle time. And the baby fusses a little bit, and you're worried everybody's watching you and listening to you. By the way, never ever worry with me about your children. I've got a microphone, okay? I'll be fine. And I grew up playing ball in the streets of Troy. I can make myself heard when I need to be. But having said that, it must be interesting when I hear couples, friends of mine, talk about how exhausted they are after Mass. Because maybe, they were walking around with the baby, or they were moving the baby from one parent to the other, from one shoulder to the other, just to keep the baby distracted a little bit. Thank God for the nice couple who sat behind. Usually the older couple sat behind and made faces to the baby and kind of winked at the baby and distracted the baby for a little while, made the baby smile. Those moments are golden, aren't they? Because so many of my friends said, Joe, for years, I don't think I ever really heard any of the readings. For years, I couldn't remember the homily, whether it was good or not, and usually it might not have been. Okay? There's something special in the midst of all that, when you're bringing the baby and wrestling in the diaper bag, and you got the bottle, and maybe somebody has to go eventually in the back and sit in one of those rocking chairs that are in some churches for the parents, just to rock the baby to sleep, or give them the bottle, or maybe discreetly nurse them in the back of the church. Church was something we did, but church could be like a chore sometimes, in moments like that. And it's not just little children. Life can go full circle. How many people have brought an older neighbor, an elderly parent, a frail parent to Mass? And, I remember just a few weeks ago, I was in one of our network parishes, and I heard somebody nudge their middle-aged daughter saying, "Is it time to go yet?" Nobody saw them either, heard them either. You know how that is. But all the same, the things that we do, and what does it mean to witness to the Lord? Okay? What's Paul writing about? We were gentle among you, as a nursing mother cares for her children. With such affection for you, we were determined to share with you not only the gospel of the God, but our very selves. Witness says something. Hey, for parents, witness, you bring children to Mass. Witness, you have family dinners. Witness, you speak the truth at home, even when it might sting a little bit. And even maybe if it makes me, the truth teller, not look like I'm in the best light. Because I'm teaching my children how to live. I'm teaching my children how to love. I'm teaching my children how to be truthful, to be people of integrity. It's important. We witness to so many things. And coming here with our children, coming here with our elderly parents, coming here with a neighbor who can't really make it well in the world these days, we are witnessing to the peace that we hear and share in, partaking in the celebration of the Eucharist, hearing God's word, sharing in the sacraments, things we do together, praying with our neighbors, who I think maybe are much more understanding than we might first think about our scuffling little infants or our elderly wisdom people. We are all received right here around this table where there is room for everyone. And there's something very special because when we are in moments like this, for our young children, or for our elderly parents, we are modeling because Christ gave himself away in love. And in these mornings, when I look around and I see all these ordinary saints with their little kids or their elderly parents, I'm reminded of the times when, well, one couple in particular over a Sunday evening dinner was telling me how she had to take the baby back to be fed. I took the baby back in that parish where they had rocking chairs for the mothers to kind of sit with the kids. And she's there and quietly nursing her daughter, and they're going through the Eucharistic prayer. And you know, that phrase, take, eat, this is my body for you. Boy, that had a special meaning for her. Was she ready to witness to her young daughter? You bet. It's part of who we are to be people of faith, witness to Jesus' presence in the world, and to show people about how there is a good way, a better way for all of us.